shall we move on to speak a bit about planes and the kind of stuff that has been going on in planes?
Yeah, what's been
Over
going
the
on
last
in
week?
planes, man?
Okay, the latest story. Actually, there was a story today. Did you see that?
No, what
A
about-
couple got kicked off a flight in
for what?
China, I think, for causing a fuss, kicking up a fuss.
Abusing the service staff.
Don't know the exact reason, but yeah, I didn't click into the article. But maybe we can talk about the articles that we've covered already so far.
Right.
The last week there was one about a man who was shouting at a woman over reclining a seat on a Cathay
Right.
flight.
Right.
So what happened there was he reclined the seat, and
Yeah.
then the lady asked him to not recline it,
Right.
and he got angry at her about that, and then they got into an argument.
Okay.
Another one about a flight that was a SIA flight to Shanghai that was delayed almost 2 hours because passengers were verbally and physically abusive
Oh damn.
to staff. So a lot of, I guess, pretty bad behavior on planes. But let me ask you about the seat thing.
Yeah.
Are you the kind that will recline your seat no matter what on a plane? Or only when you're going to go to sleep?
I think I don't know about the context of that story.
Yeah.
The guy shouting at the lady. But I think there is a reason why there's a button to recline,
Yeah.
and I would like to use it if the button is available for me to press.
So even if you're not sleeping, you'll recline?
No. I mean, it's not that I need to. It's like, oh, you can recline up. Immediately, I will just do it.
Yeah.
Screw you! I'm not gonna sit up straight. But I do feel that it's there, and if
Yeah.
I want to use it, I will use it.
Yeah.
I'm not to say I will abuse it lah. Like even during meal times, I'm just reclining and eating my meals.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. Is there an etiquette problem? Right?
Have you ever been asked to not recline your seat?
No.
I've been asked multiple times.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How,
That makes me sound like a really bad person.
sounds like the guy who, okay, seatbelt up.
Okay, no, as in, so I typically, I feel like you should be able to recline your seat whenever in the flight, even if you're not sleeping.
Right.
But I personally only do it when I'm sleeping.
Right.
Because, and this might sound really stupid, but like my mindset is like, if it's upright and it feels uncomfortable,
Yeah.
then you like just endure the discomfort.
Yeah.
And then when you're ready to sleep, you recline it and get like that, like maybe extra little bit of comfort, and then it will feel really good.
That makes sense.
You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
if you like recline the whole way,
You don't
then
see the difference.
you don't feel
eh?
the difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agree.
But both times that I have been asked to not recline my seat,
Why?
I was flying either to or from a similar destination. I don't want to name
Okay.
names.
Okay.
Similar area.
Right.
So I don't know if that's maybe the etiquette in those countries are different than
Is it an Asian thing?
It is Asian.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
But maybe etiquette in those countries is a little bit different. But I think that you should be able to recline
Yeah.
your seat.
Why
But
not?
do you know that this is a big deal in America? Because I guess people are like
Yeah.
significantly bigger.
Yeah.
They even have things like that stop people from reclining. Have you heard of those things?
What are those things?
Like there's like clamps or like things that you can put on the seat to stop the person in front from.
You mean you
from
purchase it
reclining.
yourself?
Yeah, you purchase it yourself. You bring it on the plane.
And
you
do
put
that?
it there, and then they even come with like a card
Uh-huh.
that like you can show to the person in front that explains what is going
Oh
on.
wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think it's called like the knee defender or something like that.
Knee defender.
Something along those lines.
Shit,
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't want to say I don't want to condone this behavior
It's
because I
time to
think
buy those, man.
yeah. Do you have problems when people recline on you?
No, I'm fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm not a massive person, obviously.
Yeah.
You're not particularly massive either. I think like
Yeah.
average size. So maybe
Yeah.
we don't understand the discomfort of someone who is significantly bigger.
So both times when you asked to get your seat bed up,
Yeah.
the passengers behind a bit more plus size or
One time, yes.
Right.
The other time, I don't think so. And honestly, both times I just did like no English.
oh wow.
Yeah. So one time I just ignored, and then like it's both times I ignored. But then one of the times the air stewardess came along and asked me if I wouldn't mind like
Right.
I don't know what's the opposite of recline, like putting it more
Yeah.
upright.
Yeah.
And then when the air stewardess is asking, then
Right.
you kind of gotta.
You
do
mean
it.
why didn't you kind of react positively to their request in the first place? Is it because they're rude or something?
I just felt like
Entitled?
I felt entitled to my right to recline.
I do think you have the right to recline.
Yeah, it's there.
Yeah.
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 And like when I reflect on it, maybe I was a bit of an asshole because they did ask like okay, at least one of them, if I recall correctly, did ask rather nicely.
Right. Right.
Like, would you mind? And I said, I mind. Let me watch Wreck-It Ralph.
Right.
Stop disturbing me.
Yeah. But maybe you say maybe you should also recline. So
Yeah, everyone reclines, then we
that,
all have the
you
same
have that space,
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. But in terms of I do understand that I don't like to get into such conflicts with people. So I tend to get the last row.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the last row in some planes you can't recline. You know what I mean? Have you ever experienced that
never
before?
had that. So I
Okay.
all the planes I take more longer distance, so
Yeah.
they all
You're not
all
flight
can,
budget as much as me.
all can kind of recline, and I'm also quite self-conscious in a way that because I travel with kids, right?
Yeah.
I don't want them to disturb people.
Mm.
They tend to kick people's seat,
Oh yes.
So I try to isolate them as much as I can. So in terms of seating strategy, is like that. Maybe I sit in front of them.
Yeah.
Me and my wife. So if they want to kick us, that's fine.
That was one of the other things that was in that article about the man who got angry about the reclining seat thing.
Right.
Was apparently there was like a child just like running amok in the cabin.
Right.
And I think maybe people were just I don't know, maybe that was his child, and like he was very stressed out by a child going crazy on the plane, and then this person asking him not to recline his seat was just the last straw.
Right.
Is it stressful traveling with kids?
It is.
Yeah.
But that's why I also prefer to fly the non-budget one because you have a screen. See, screen saves lives.
Okay.
So hey, look, you can watch 13 hours of Marvel Cinematic Universe here.
Yeah.
Please feel free to watch it, and they'll be entertained, and they want to sleep, close their eyes, they won't really cry. But I think for babies are different. The air pressure, they feel discomfort, they cry.
Yeah.
I think that's very normal.
I don't know why, but there's something about being in a plane that makes babies crying like 10 times more annoying.
Right.
Like I hear
maybe it's a confined space.
Maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
But I can't stand it when I'm up in the air.
Yeah, and parents, they try to book that seat near the front.
Yeah.
Where they can put the bassinet.
The bassinet, yeah.
Yeah.
They have to, right?
Well, but the rules are a bit troublesome, right?
Okay.
Because if there's a turbulence, you, no matter what, sleeping or what, you got to pull her out, pull the baby out, carry it. That's when maybe the baby wakes up and starts crying,
Those babies should be more understanding. Dude, the bassinet is like freaking business class. They can lie flat in that thing. They're the most comfortable people in the plane.
Yeah, technically.
What do they have to cry about?
I don't know, man. Yeah, so is this but is the air pressure and whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm a bit mindful of that also.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe I don't like conflicts, so I try to go on my way.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe for the maybe you're old enough that we let's go on holiday.
Yeah.
So
there was once I was taking a flight, quite a long distance flight by myself. I got to the airport, you get to the gate. You know how sometimes with some of the planes say, assign your seat, but you can pick another seat for free?
Yeah.
So I thought I wanted to be smart. They had assigned me a seat. I wanted to pick one that was further back in the cabin. And at the time, it was a free row, so I was hoping to have the free row to myself. I get to the airport, get to the gate. This was when I was much younger. And single, and there was a rather attractive girl who was also by herself. So I was thinking, man, if God exists,
yes,
if there is a God out there, please put me next to this girl on the flight, right? And I don't know whatever. When we finally board the plane, I walk past. I'm not next to the girl on the flight. She's a few rows ahead. In fact, she is nearer to where I was sitting originally before I picked a different seat. So that's the first error. The second error, I sit down. It's the middle aisle. It's the middle aisle. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know, aisle, bench, seats.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. It's the middle one, and next to me are 3 freaking kids. 3 kids.
They gotta babysit then.
Like young kids, like, you know, maybe around 5, like whatever. I mean, I don't know how old the oldest one was.
Yeah.
The kids are like freaking arguing and bickering the whole flight. So annoying, right? Whatever.
Right.
But like, kids can be kids. The other problem was one of the kids. He had like a slightly deformed hand,
Okay.
and so he couldn't like eat properly because I
Right.
think he had like one finger
Right.
on that hand.
Right.
And then there was just food flying everywhere, and he was sitting next to me, and so there was like literally like bits of the food like getting on my pants and stuff
Damn.
like that. Yeah. So
how do you?
now I never change seats unless I know for sure. I know for sure that like it's gonna be you know, I'm gonna be in a better situation than I was last time.
Right.
Yeah, you just gotta to handle it. I felt sorry for the mom as well. She was sitting in the row behind us.
Right.
And she had kids as well. I don't know, I think she had like 4 or 5 kids in the row with her.
Damn.
And so like
Must be tough.
can't control the kids, man. What can you do?
It's tough, man.
What can you do?
It's tough. With so
I
many-
should have just stayed in my original seat.
Yeah.
Yeah, my life could be so different right now.
It's so different.
Yeah.
So different. Could be a new BTO with someone. Let's cut
I'm
it
really
out.
happy with the way my life is right now. just for the record.
I'm happy that you're happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, happy. That's important. Yeah, but the whole reclining business, I don't know, man. I would do it. I would
Okay.
recline.
What do you think if someone set up the clamps that we were talking about?
that's-
Would you be annoyed at that?
I'll be annoyed because I didn't know about these things.
Yeah, okay.
I'm like, wow, what's this?
There's probably a way that they could have done it where they just feel like the seat, like if you don't tell someone, maybe the person will just assume the seat is broken or something like that.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So maybe that's, you know, if would you complain if your seat couldn't recline?
If it's broken, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Try and get an upgrade.
yeah. Like, hey, man, I see the business class is
Yeah.
not full.
Have you ever seen a fight on a plane? A commotion?
No.
Yeah, I have.
What happened?
Um,
Guy was drunk or something?
No. Oh, weird, crazy thing. So this was like just after like COVID, when borders were starting to open,
Yeah.
and when the people were still really strict about like testing on planes and things like that. I get onto a SIA flight to Australia.
Right.
It's packed out, like really busy flight. I guess everyone wanted to travel, or
Yep.
borders are finally open, or whatever. I'm sitting next to a guy. I'm sitting in the middle section again, on the aisle seat, and then there's a guy next to me, and then there's a guy next to him. Right.
Yeah.
The guy sits down. He looks at me and the other guy. He says, "By the way, because I'm sitting in the middle aisle, I get both armrests." Which,
What?
yeah, so I thought it was kind of weird to begin with, right? That he would say something like that.
Wow, what a way
But I
to
was
break
just
the
thinking,
ice.
like, yeah, I know, right? And then not even hello, not even
Yeah.
introduction. No, do you mind? He's just literally matter of fact. By the way, because I'm sitting in the aisle, I get both armrests. And I just think like, okay, whatever. Like this guy's a bit funny. For a bit, I thought he might be joking,
Yeah.
but then the next thing that happened was he was like really agitated as the plane started to fill up, and then he looks at me and he says, like, don't you think this is crazy that this plane is so full? Like it's COVID. Aren't they taking like COVID seriously? And then I said to him like, I guess at least we know like everyone has tested negative.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't care. It doesn't matter. So then he calls the air stewardess to him, and he starts like
Shit.
scolding the air stewardess, saying like, you guys don't take COVID seriously. This is ridiculous. It's so full. There's no social distancing.
Yeah.
And then the air stewardess is like trying to calm him down, trying to
Right.
say like, sir, I don't know what we can do. Like, there's nothing that we can do about it. That this is the protocol we're following. We follow all the protocols
Right,
that have been
right.
recommended. And he's
Right.
still like arguing, berating the air stewardess and saying
Yeah.
like, she's saying something like, I'm gonna blog about this. I'm gonna blog about this. I have a blog. I'm gonna write about this.
Blog
And he gets
about
out his phone and then he starts like videoing the whole thing.
Right.
And I think he was making a play for like an upgrade to like business class or something like that. I think, and he actually had someone who was with him but was seated in the other
his
section
companion.
on the side. Yeah. And there was a guy sitting next to her, and so they said like the best we can do for you is we can maybe ask the guy if he doesn't mind moving
Right.
to swap seats with you so you can sit next to your travel companion. And he was
Yeah.
like, no, that's not enough. That's not enough. Like it's too full, right? In the end, ground security came on and just said to him, so are you going to be a problem? Because if you're going to be a problem, we're going to take you off this flight. I can't close the door of the plane until I am sure that you're not going to be a problem.
Yeah.
And then like after that, he
just shut the fuck up.
shut up. And then he took the seat next to that person so that I didn't have to share the I didn't have to give him the armrest.
Damn, you win.
Yeah. So
You
then
win.
when that guy sat down, I looked at him and said, armrest is mine. No, I didn't say that. I should have though. He was much nicer. Yeah.
Well, that's crazy. What was he expecting? You know, like
don't know.
I mean, back during COVID, when you go to a cinema,
Yeah.
you know, there's
There's the one seat.
You feel
between,
shook.
right? Yeah,
but I
it
don't
does feel
think
nicer.
I don't.
But how can you do that? How can you expect it on a plane?
On a plane, I don't know. Then maybe your ticket will be double.
That's why I
price.
think so. I actually knew an air stewardess on that flight as well.
Right.
So when I landed, because she wasn't serving my section of the plane, she was up in business class,
Shit,
fancy.
Not a Canada class.
When we landed at the airport, like I was just chatting to her at immigration in Australian immigration, and she thought that maybe he was making a play for the business class side because that was much less populated, obviously. And like I don't know, I felt like it makes sense because if he's complaining about how packed it is,
It's weird, right?
Like,
You should say you're here too, man.
yeah, yeah, I don't know.
Why
Well, what can be done about it?
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
How about that's a wow story.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I never had that. I hope I don't get that experience. I don't really fancy
Once
flying.
in your life, no?
I don't fancy flying.
No,
I'm
not
thinking
at
of like flying to Europe or America. Wow.
I don't think I can do it on economy or budget anymore. Europe especially, and that's like 16 hours.
Yeah,
I'm spoiled.
you probably need a. You know, but they do. I mean, there was a trend last year or something. Raw dogging a flight.
Oh yeah.
They're like,
Where you just stare straight, you just look at the map
yeah, I can't
Yeah.
sleep.
and you don't listen to anything.
Nothing. I look at the map, I see the plane moving.
Yeah.
I'm happy. Wow.
You think you could do it?
No.
Do you think you could raw dog a flight to KL?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Bangkok?
no.
No.
Bangkok is like almost 3 hours, two and a half to 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, what are you afraid of? Like, are you scared to be alone with your thoughts?
Maybe the silence is too deafening in it.
Yeah.
Then go crazy.
You're thinking about life too much.
Like, oh man. Yeah, I don't know.
the existential stuff.
Yeah, existential stuff, and you think your mind. Oh, I don't know. The mind can be quite a scary place to be in.
Yeah.
Sometimes, you know. But yeah, I don't know how people do that. You know? Huh? 16 hours.
Yeah.
Scared. Can you sleep? You can't sleep, right?
16 hours?
I mean,
if you're doing
if
a
you're
raw
raw
dog,
dogging-
no, you cannot.
Damn,
Not
how do I
allowed.
stay awake, man?
Not allowed.
Shit. I mean, I must be. You must be quite bored, right? Looking at the plane, the screen of the
Yeah.
plane, like inching your way to the destination.
I don't know.
This
I definitely can't do it.
That's nuts.
Do you do neck pillows?
I find that useless.
Okay.
I don't know why. I like those seats with all the you can fold the thing.
Yeah.
You can
But sometimes you get one where it's like the one side is like very loose.
say-
it doesn't stay up.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I don't have luck with neck pillows. You know.
I recently spent like $70 on a neck pillow.
$70.
Like it's like, have you
Shit.
seen? I don't know. It looks like a neck brace, and you like wrap it around your neck,
Oh,
and then like it's like a brace on like your head, so you can sleep like this.
Is
It's
it-
supposed to be scientifically proven.
is it good?
I haven't tried it yet, but as you know, I'm going to Australia in March, so I'm planning to use it. I'm flying budget, so I'm planning to try it out then. Yeah,
Damn.
because I've tried other neck pillows and like I still have like a sore
Yeah,
afterwards.
I feel like it's not
Yeah.
exactly useful for me.
And I was once on a flight with like a friend of a friend,
Mm-hmm.
and she, I saw her using that neck pillow,
Mm.
and she's a doctor, so she must be very intelligent. So first of all, if she's an intelligent person using that, but then the second thing was I walked past her multiple times on the flight,
Yeah.
and she was like dead asleep. She
Oh,
looked like
man.
she was in a coma.
Shit.
So it kind of convinced me that thing would work. So
How you-
I'll keep you guys updated.
Oh, you bought the same
after
brand
March.
and
I did.
The
Like
same
there
thing.
was, I found like really cheap ones on like Shopee, but like I didn't want to take the risk.
yeah,
So I bought like the brand name. It's called a turtleneck pillow.
turtleneck.
Yeah,
Right.
from some auntie on Carousel. I hope it's real. It's real. I mean, she seemed very nice. And she had very high ratings.
Yeah,
So,
using once to Japan only. So yeah.
Yeah. no, it was new. It would be gross if it was. It would be gross if it was used. It was new.
Yeah.
I think she like bulk buyed and was selling them for slightly cheaper
Oh,
than
I see.
retail.
I see.
Yeah,
And
so I'll update you guys. I'll keep you guys updated.
very nice. Very nice.